town has been waiting for. It's the Group D matchup, Senegal against South Africa, as the hosts get their campaign underway. We've already had 2 games here in Dakar. Egypt pulled away from Mozambique in the second half to win comfortably, and Morocco down the stretch had too much for the Central African Republic. There's still one more game to come here later tonight, but this is the game they were waiting to see in Dakar. This is Senegal taking on court. I'm Daniel Routledge, joined by Ryan McGreco. Ryan, the crowd is packed out. The atmosphere is fantastic. It's all set up for Senegal to come out and show us what they can do.
Absolutely, Daniel. It is absolutely raucous in here, and it has not stopped being this loud for about an hour. I don't think I've ever really seen this personally in my own life. I guess it's a little bit of the rookie chills right now watching this atmosphere, but they have every reason to be excited tonight. Senegal looking to make a big statement to open up this tournament against a team that they've had a lot of success against in the past.
Well, this is the thing. On paper, it looks like a comfortable home win, but you play the games on wood, not on paper. It's important for Senegal to go out there and establish themselves early. They won't want to get any elements of complacency or anything like that. The two teams have been introduced to the crowd, and now the people in the venue will be asked to stand, if they can, for the 2 national anthems as we go through the final countdown towards the big tip-off tonight. And first of all, we've got the anthem of South Africa. And now, the national anthem of Senegal.
On passe à l'hymne national du Sénégal.
Well, we're a few games into AfroBasket, but the main event of today here in Dakar is only 3 minutes away from the start. And these are our 3 officials, Galilea, Magaya, and Shuga of Ukraine are the officials for tonight's game. And the crowd really has come for a party. They've come expecting to see their team comfortably beat South Africa. Is there any way that South Africa can upset the party, even if it's just for a short period of time, or are they on a hiding to nothing?
Well, I just actually had a chance to speak with the head coach before the beginning of this tournament earlier today of South Africa, and he said African basketball is all about making your open shots. And South Africa, most likely, they're going to see plenty of those around the perimeter. And if they're able to make sure that they can hit those open shots and be consistent with their ball movement, we've seen it time and again so far today, Daniel, that whenever these teams have found a way to continue to move the ball and get their teammates open, and the most important thing about all of it is movement off of the ball. And if South Africa can consistently do that, then yeah, they give themselves an opportunity. Also, more importantly as well, don't be too small for this moment. Enjoy this. Enjoy the fact that there's so much energy in this building. They want to see a good game. And if South Africa can make sure that they're just not allowing themselves to be pushed around in this, especially in the paint, given that Senegal is notorious for their defense in the paint, they will give themselves a chance.
South African lineup led by their captain, Leo Mathobia. I mean, he's been around for an awful long time. He's a man of many experiences, 5th AfroBasket in total. He has averaged about 13 points a game in those tournaments across the time, and he starts for them in the backcourt, although looking at that lineup with Sitole and Mahoney, it's going to be quite a small lineup. So Senegal, we assume, will be much, much bigger, will have the advantage in the paint. So South Africa are going to have to try and find some way of running past them, because they're not going to go over them and they're not going to go through them. And obviously Dieng and Endor, the guys with NBA experience, these are the occasions that they relish.
Oh, absolutely. And you can go back to a game between Senegal and Canada just last year in the Olympic qualifiers in Manila, and get this stat: they recorded 7 blocks in the first quarter. Keep in mind, 4 of those 5 players for Canada were in the NBA at the time, including players like Tristan Thompson, who just came off an NBA title, and he had gotten rejected soundly a number of times by that Senegalese front court. So they are no joke. They are nothing to be messed with, and a very, very talented and athletic court. And to your point, Daniel, yes, they're going to have to try and find those open perimeter shots.
Well, 2 years ago in Tunisia, it all came to a crashing end for Senegal. They were hoping to get back onto the rostrum, but a defeat to the host Tunisia in the bronze medal match, having lost in overtime heartbreakingly to Nigeria in the semi-finals. Nigeria went on to win the gold medal, of course. They were hoping that was going to be their moment, and now they're believing, I'm sure, as we look at 2 of the key players. We've talked about Dieng there on the left and the very experienced Mathibia on the right. They are hoping, all of these people in here, that Dieng can lead this team to a medal this time around. I mean, the numbers he put up in AfroBasket 2015 were huge. He led the competition in points and rebounds and assists and did everything. They want medals this time. That's why he's here. He wants medals. Absolutely. Preferably a gold one.
Absolutely. And, to add on to that, this entire roster, there's only about a handful of players that aren't on this roster that were at the Olympic qualifiers back in 2016 in Manila. So this is pretty much the same roster you're seeing. And as you said, they came to play for keeps. They know they're hosting these group stages here, and they want to leave an impression on all of Africa and possibly even put the world on notice and say, hey, we're here to stay.
Well, the talking almost finished. The game's about to begin, and the band section away to our left, striking up a tune, and there is the man they came to see. There's a big poster on the far side bearing his name, a number of people wearing his t-shirt. There's Coach Dieng on the sidelines, but they will know, he will know, that actually, man for man, they should overpower the South Africans. But they have to go out there and do it. There's no point in believing it. You need to actually do it. And they're now coming out Senegal all in white. South Africans in a multicolored kit. Senegal bar a little bit of trim down the side. All in white, and there you see them banging the drums and waving the flags in that section away to the left. They will keep the music playing all throughout. There is a smaller drumming section at the opposite end of the court, and everywhere in between will be making noise once the game gets underway. And they'll want to see some highlight plays. They'll want to see the best they can, but first and foremost, they want to see their team off to a winning start here at FIBA AfroBasket 2017.
It's going to be a very interesting challenge here. This is a very young South African team. All the more important that their veterans get going, keep the young guys calm, make them realize, guys like Matiba, they're going to have to let these younger guys know that they can't be, that this moment isn't too big for them, that they have the opportunities to give themselves some open shots, have the confidence to take those shots, not to rush themselves unnecessarily, because that is surely what Senegal is going to be trying to do in the beginning here, really just trying to push them off their game, bully them around in the paint a little bit, force turnovers, and more than anything as well, South Africa, you know, going back to it as well, making the open shots, because Senegal is so good at rebounding against just about any team that they go up against. They have the size that is so important in this game of basketball. And when you add on their athleticism, you're not going to get many second chances to get your shots off in the offensive end.
Well, just a slight delay here. Maurice Ndor had a white t-shirt on underneath his playing vest, and the officials had asked him to remove that, so he's taken off the offending item, back to the traditional vest style, and we are ready to go, and we are underway. And Dieng wins the tip, but did he get it on the way up? Yes, he did. So it should be a South African possession, and it is.
He's so big, they didn't throw the ball high enough for him to get up and jump, and he ended up tipping it before he could get underway. But
here we go then. So South Africa with the ball, and a chance for them to try and get some points on the board. And here is Matiba, blatant fly from long range. It doesn't go. Niang at the point guard. Driving down the lane, kicks out. Good ball movement. Niang from behind the arc for three! That's what they came to see.
Excellent ball movement, great penetration there to find the open man. Kicks it around wide open in Senegal. They're known to be able to hit those open threes no matter who's taking the shot.
Well, that's just fired up the noise a little bit more, if that's even possible. The little jump hook inside doesn't go from Gabriel.
Gabriel, tough move there.
I thought they were going to run the same play for somebody else. Easy offensive rebound is grabbed by Faye.
If you're South Africa, you can't allow that to happen. You have to make sure you're protecting your own paint. Senegal doesn't need second chances.
Mendy up top. Gets himself a little bit of room, takes a shot at the second attempt. Probably had a cleaner look first time round.
Absolutely. It just looked like he didn't know what he wanted to do with the basketball there for a second. South Africa capitalizes.
Team moves the ball on. Three-point top of the rims out for Malenda, but South Africa come back with the ball, and an air ball as well from Prinsloo.
Prinsloo doing the best he can in that corner there, but we talked about this pregame as well, Daniel. You have to be able to make sure you're making those shots if you're South Africa. They're literally giving them to you.
Yang moves it back. Ndor driving to the finger roll, can't convert. Great head fake inside. That'll be an air one. The pump fake was the key there, as Mohamed Faye gets his man up in the air and then finishes softly around the ring.
Well, Mohamed Faye, that's the second offensive board he's had in this game. Just always active, attacking the basket when the shot goes up. And right there, just made it look easy with the simple pump fake, getting Prinsloo off his feet.
misses the free throw. They might get the ball back. They do get the ball back, and it's thrown down. And the crowd goes nuts as Maurice Endor flushes it home.
Maurice Endor was one of those big players in that Olympic qualifying tournament where Senegal came up just a little bit short, but he was all over the floor, rejecting shots, big dunks, showing it right there.
Prinsloo all around the three-point line. Matiba fires up South Africa. It's taken them just over 2 minutes, but they're on the ball.
There's Matiba. Nice little dribble drive, creates the separation. So confident with that shot there.
Yang at the point guard position, being harassed, gets it out to Bay, puts it on the floor, cross court to Niang. Niang is open, but he sets the screen instead. Niang turns the corner, shot clock getting low. It needs to go up here. Got it off just in time, hit the ring, so the ball is live. And Senegal get it back. Faye has all the time in the world, and he makes them pay with the three. It's 10-2.
And that was on Gabriel there, not boxing out his man. And once again, a smaller Senegalese player. A little bit surprising here that the front court of South Africa just can't find a man to box out.
That's out of the reach, but it was deflected away by Endor, despite the claims of Dieng otherwise.
Good deflection, good decision there by Gabriel to let it go.
Well, the table has just called the referee over to clarify something. I think it was they accidentally reset the shot clock, so they're asking the ref, what should we put it back down to? Well, they went for 8, and now they've gone back the other way. And the referee must have said 18, but it's so loud, the table thought he said 8.
Isn't that the truth, though?
Lepi into the game for the first time. As Mahana sits down, and the three-ball is off the front of the ring. Good offensive rebound, and the hook shot off the glass for Prinsloo.
Prinsloo's got to feel good about that one. The bigs for South Africa, anytime that they can get a bucket in the paint is a big benefactor for them. And they're going to see their confidence growing just a little bit as this game goes on.
Yang with the handles, frees up some space, but does so illegally. And the offensive foul is called as he pushed Sitole off.
Sitole, great exaggeration there with the arms to sell the call. And that's what you have to do, though, in these kind of moments and situations. You're going to create turnovers any way you possibly can.
Here comes South Africa. With the shot, doesn't go. Going up to the top floor is Endor for the rebound. Nice penetrating kick, and that's another three. Mendy this time knocking it down.
Very impressive shot there, and you can just see the confidence oozing out of the Senegalese team. Every shot they take, they start kind of almost walking back as if they know they've already had it.
And Toby with the crossover, he just couldn't pull it back in, having beaten Mende and losing it out of bounds. Mende will get a seat. Siam checking in to the game for the first time. Yang. Here is Yang. Yang once he posted a smaller man up, but the ball didn't come to him. Yang drives at the basket instead and draws the foul.
That's going to be a foul on Prinsloo, it's looking like. There's also some substitutions on the floor, but Prinsloo, all he really had to do there, did a great job coming over with the help for Gabriel, but leaving his feet was something he didn't necessarily have to do there to really disrupt the shot, and I think he would have gotten away with a good defensive stop there had he just stayed on the ground.
Well, it's his second personal foul.
He's going to take a seat.
And he's going to have to sit down.
He's upset about that. Not agreeing with the referee's call whatsoever.
Well, you can disagree, but you'll have to do so from the bench because he isn't going to change his mind.
Absolutely.
Jabril Thiam makes the first free throw, and it's taken just over 4 minutes, but Senegal have a double-figure lead here. Tholo bringing it forward for South Africa. He's got to get over the halfway line there. He just stopped before the line. And I think he only just beat the 8-second count there. Oh, Gabriel did some good work at first, and the ball just slipped out of his hands.
That's unfortunate. It's a very, we've seen a little bit of moisture on the floor here before, and you can tell he's sweating up a storm in there, and I don't blame him though. He's got to deal with some NBA caliber front courts there.
And it is a warm early evening, a sellout crowd as well, and he's a big unit as well. Nice little move from Endor, soft hands as well for the finish.
Endor, one of those guys, he's a bit of a tweener, very comfortable with his back behind the basket or facing it.
So yeah, directing traffic as often he does. Zalepe, let's fire from three-point range, but there's a whistle on the rebound. And I must admit, I didn't see it, but it appears to be, well, I thought at first Dior put his hand up, but that wasn't Dior, wasn't his number that they signaled to the table. We'll work that out as the two teams sit down for a moment, and a timeout being called in the ball game. Well, this is the start Senegal would have expected, hoped for, wanted, whichever way you want to look at it. And it would have been the one that South Africa were a bit worried about, seeing the home team get off to a flying start. The crowd needs no need to be pumped up any more than they are. Looking forward to the Women's World Cup in Spain next year. Should be a good one. Right now it's FIBA AfroBasket 2017.
Just taking a quick look at the shot chart here before we get back to the action. South Africa yet to make a three-pointer in this game, but giving themselves some opportunities with some open looks. Trying to cut into the lead as there's another whistle here.
Well, that last foul was given against Niang. Not quite sure what the delay there is. South Africa with a 4-high stack to inbound the ball. Tanga's shot is short. No reset of the shot clock because it didn't hit the ring. There's going to have to be one fired up here right at the 24-second clock buzzer, and it goes in. Beautiful shot at the top of the key from Gobeni, and there's a quick reply at the other end. Not loose, and that's a reach foul by Young.
Great shot there. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, and Gobeni was up to the task there. And one thing we've kind of been noticing here in this tournament, Daniel, starting this off, has been the fact that there's been a lot of lack of awareness of the shot clock right now. Teams taking a little too long to get into their offense.
Well, it's loud, I guess, so it's hard to hear a shout from the bench, but you should be looking at it right above the ring. That's a double dribble, violation.
Well, a lot of the crowd there impersonating the referee with the double dribble motion.
Well, Senegal leading by 16 points to 7 with just under 4 minutes to play and a foul call.
It is. It's Selepe with his hand out. It was Hanna that dribbled just right through his arm there. Easy call for the referee right in front of him.
Hanna drops back to bring the ball forward for Senegal. Offensive foul for the Hook. You know what? I think he got away with it slightly, but because he did it 2 or 3 times, the referee's like, well, you're asking me to make that call.
Absolutely. And you could even see the South African guard there. He was even motioning to the ref going, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? He's hooking me. Finally, the ref says, yes, I did see it.
Dolo around the screen. Pulls up mid-range, off the back of the ring. Senegal with a chance to get out and run. Oh, good read there, because it looked for a second like Endor was away and gonna flush another one down. And taking it right down the lane is Godjenga.
You've got to be happy if you're seeing that, if you're Coach Greg Gilchrist, seeing that attack in the lane there. Get this right up, right at him. And as soon as you get your opponent up in the air like that, all you have to do is just make it look like you're trying to take a shot. You can go to the line for 2 there, and he gets rewarded.
Dai with the foul. And the first free throw is good. Godjenga.
Godjenga, he's got that interesting warm-up release before he takes the shot, but it's working for him.
Well, as long as they go in, it doesn't really matter how you do it.
Absolutely.
And an open shot there from Endor goes way over the top of the ring.
One of those.
Oh, nice dish. No, says the referee, travel first. Yep. It was one of them where he had a little stutter, a hesitation or something in it. And that's what was spotted by the referee.
Absolutely. The issue there.
Bit of full court pressure coming from the South Africans. And it was a good job that he got a hand on that to knock that out of bounds on the grill, because there was a man open under the basket. Great ball movement.
Oh, great
Maybe
defense.
one pass too many there.
Excellent defense. Way to close out your opponents there by South Africa. They're hanging tough right now, Dan. They're on a 5-0 run, I believe.
Well, they've cut the lead back down to 16 points to 9. And that was a long way around to try and get... Oh, nice fast break. He's missed the lay-in, though. They can't believe it. And the ball is loose on the floor, diving on it. Still nobody quite has it, and eventually it ends in the hands of Ngobeni. Oh, huge block. That didn't get more than about 5 feet in the air. Alley-oop! Oh, no! Yeah, I'm underneath trying to finish it off. Hanna backs out. Hanna drives down the lane to the finger roll. That won't go either. Golo with the rebound.
South Africa, they need to take advantage of this now. They've gotten away with a couple of bad defensive sets.
They don't know where to go. Has to kick it out. And Lepe in the corner for 3.
Very good shot there. Great decision. Much needed. Smart time out here for Senegal. Don't let South Africa get any bright ideas here, making this an interesting game. Great find there by Vanderbij. We'll take a look at this replay.
Yeah, it just wouldn't go down for him, but look at this block. I mean, it's almost not even a block. He got it so early in the shot there.
There it is. Here's the find. Great pass in the corner, wide open, and Senegal was caught sleeping on the rotation there. And South Africa only down by 4.
Well, this is the thing. The game, again, they came out early on. They got on top, got up double figures, and it's one of them where you start to rotate the bench, and it's like mentally as a player, you start to think, oh, we've done this, we've got it in the bag already, and then, you know, a couple minutes later, the other team's right back in the game.
That's being the case. South Africa, once again, making the most of Senegal's mistakes, and they're going to have to do that every single time. And they're starting to just heat up a little bit from the three-point line, but I expect to see a much more defensively intense Senegal coming out of this timeout, Dan.
Well, one of the more colourful fans come with the flag on his head and the scarf. You see him around, always supporting his team, as they all do. Very loud. Again, just a little zone press from the South Africans. Got to get it over the line. Had a second to spare there, as they did. Wow, it's just not quite clicking at the minute for Senegal.
Well, not at this point. Bad turnover there. Once again, can South Africa capitalize?
Oh, good rebound and kick back out, and a chance for a new 14. Oh, Miles out on the three, and quite a long way off the mark as well.
Don't want to take a shot like that.
In the corner, long two, just towed the line.
A great response there by Senegal. Once again, looking extremely confident on every shot they're taking.
Gabriel squares up, decides he'll take that shot.
Gabriel, he's got to keep his eyes wary there. He had a cutter coming right into the lane who had beaten his man. You got to at least try and look at that pass.
And a big block there. Gabriel threw it out this time.
Gabriel, though, makes up for it right away on the defensive end. That's something the South African team has going for them, is they do have the size in the front court.
It's Towns' shot in the corner for the long two, the longest of twos. That one will be three if it drops, but it just bobbled out for Ndoye.
Loving the defense, though, from South Africa, getting right in the face of every shooter they go up against.
Last couple of seconds here of the first quarter. Gabriel with the ball in his hand. Kicks it out. Got to shoot here, got to get it off. I don't think, yeah, I didn't quite recognize until the clock, but 10 minutes gone, and the bench of South Africa quick to come out and high-five those guys who are on the court. They'll be more than satisfied with this first quarter, trailing by only 6, having been down double digits after only 4 minutes.
Well, they were down 16-4 at one point, and since then, to close out the quarter, they were on a 8-2 run.
Well, they just finished the group stages in EuroBasket, and here we are in the group stages of AfroBasket, and you can see the struggles that South Africa have had from the three-point line. They've had some good looks, but just shooting 18%. And as we go back, this game started perfectly. We had this three-pointer from Jang right at the beginning, and everything looked like it was going Senegal's way, but fair play to South Africa. They fought their way back into it.
Absolutely, and really, I think the most important thing to remember with this South African team is they've been taking advantage of Senegal's mistakes. And to your point that you were saying earlier, Dan, about saying, oh, we may have this in the bag, they started lulling just a little bit. Some very sloppy possessions on the offensive end led to some quick baskets for South Africa. And lo and behold, South Africa has themselves right in this game now going into the second quarter. And I think if you're Senegal at this point, you have to say, okay, it's time to stop messing around, and it's time to start running our offense, time to start dominating the boards to know that we know the way that we can. And The one thing, though, that I am impressed right now with Senegal, though, is that they seem very, very loose and free on their shot selections, which is something that can only benefit you when you're taking those kind of shots from the perimeter.
Senegal get us back underway here in the ball game. Start of the second quarter. Hannah kicks out. Adam's shot doesn't go. It stumbled to the ground. Ball is still loose. Eventually, it ends up with Ndoye. And Hannah will reset. Goes past the screen of Lodge. Hannah kicks out. And here's another chance for Adams, and this one rims out as well. Foul called on the rebound. I think Zalepe might have been whistled for it.
Zalepe getting caught there, grabbing the jersey is what the referee was saying. Shubra blocking. Now Senegal, once again, another opportunity to extend their lead.
Lobbed all the way back up to the top. Adams thought about another three-pointer, turned it down. Penetrating in, and just a little bump on Ndoye. And fouls coming thick and fast for South Africa here in this first minute.
But that's Senegal's game plan, it seems, at this point, is to continue to keep attacking the basket. No more settling for mid-range jump shots. Try to get these guys a little bit more worn down so that they're not going to be thinking as clearly on the offensive end.
Lobbed into Mboch. Ball comes all the way around to the near side, and it's blocked by Gabriel again.
A block there, and Gabriel showing his limberness there. Look at that. It's right over. And Dende, he is not a small man. Getting knocked to the floor.
And a great pass, and stuffed down. The foul is called as well. It'll be a bonus for Mboch inside.
Unfortunately, that time Gabriel was caught just a little bit late, caught flat-footed on the rotation. You see, great find here. If you're Gabriel, you have to make sure, you have to be able to trust your teammates on that. You can't be sitting there fishing for blocks every single time someone comes into the lane. If he's already being covered, you have to watch your man as well. And that's the end result almost every single time. You're going to be caught late.
And maybe you just give that one up as a dunk and don't worry about it, rather than turn it into a three-point play, which allows the lead back out to 9. Here's Gabriel at the offensive end, told
nice find.
Satole where to go.
Gabriel wanting him to go immediately. Caught him flat-footed there.
And it tosses it inside to Mboch with nearly jammed in on the trail by Ndoye.
You can't allow that. It's too much ball watching right now from South Africa. They need to start finding their men and boxing them out when that ball goes up.
It's a tough shot for 3 from Prinsloo. Senegal on the run, tossed up. I think it was an alley-oop, but it almost went in.
It was. A little bit of a mix-up in communication there. Let's see if Satole can take advantage.
Gabriel's going to let it fly from deep. Batty loose. And out in front is Ndoye, but he's a little too far underneath the basket, so he has to reset.
Something that's not talked about very often, but the importance of the accuracy of your passes there, that's an example of it.
And there's some space for Ndoye, and there's going to be a double foul on the far side as they hit the floor. Looks like Toby and Mboch involved in that.
Gabriel looks like he was holding his knee a little bit for a second there, may have gotten bumped in the wrong place. And how important has he been in the second quarter right now, just to at least limit Senegal's scoring capacity right now.
Ndoye, that's I don't quite know how they defend it because he's so big, but that's too easy.
That's bully ball right there. That's, I know I'm bigger than you. Oh, almost lost his defender there.
There was a whistle there, which nobody heard. The foul was on the floor first of all, so it'll be
Sideline possession to South Africa. So he wasn't looking when the referee bounced him the ball and just sailed right past him. Now he's good to go. Penetration kick, but another air ball this time from Ngotanga. Batted down, and Adams just lets that run out of bounds, safe in the knowledge it's a Senegal possession.
You just keep seeing it over and over. Maybe the crowd, the noise having a bit of a factor on communication here, because there's been a number of plays on both sides where players just weren't supposed to be where the ball was.
A little bit of chatter going on out there. It's Hannah walking off. Doesn't look too happy with that. And back into the game at point guard. Adams. That's a good touch pass to find the open shooter for three.
What a find there. And once again, that's what Senegal's doing best right now. When they move the ball on the perimeter, they tend to get open looks.
Mendy knocks it down. Yang running in for the rebound. Now he's got it in open court. Kicks it out. Good. I was about to say good hands, but actually caught him across the wrist. And the foul is called.
Ngotanga there, I mean, he gambled and he lost, but at the same time, it's better than giving up the two. Look at this. Yeah, some great reaction there. You want to see that kind of defense, though, if you're the coaching staff of South Africa. Nothing easy. Make them earn everything at the line, and the only downside, though, is they're just failing to capitalize on those stops.
Well, Mendy only can make one here as he misses the first. Oh my goodness! I don't know if somebody opened the door behind the basket there and the wind blew that one, but it was a long way short.
There's Senegal looking a little worn out right now. Just not mentally in it.
Well, they lead 26-12. South Africa having all sorts of problems scoring, and there's an offensive foul called off the ball. I think it's on the South African captain for an illegal screen.
You got the importance of keeping your feet still when you're making those screens. These FIBA referees, they do not play around. They will call it. You can see how frustrating that can be if you're just trying to get to the basket, trying to create some sort of offense, but when you're constantly giving the ball back to your opponent, you're not really going to get much going.
Yeah. Puts the ball on the floor, backs down to the spin. Oh, just overcooked it. Beautiful move. Just had a little bit too much on the lane. And that's going to be a foul on Prinsloo.
I don't know where I saw that.
You know, I think what he did was he kind of just moved his backside back a little bit. He'd have been all right if he was stationary, but he just kind of stuck his bum out.
It looks like he was trying to get out of the way and thought that the defender was going to go in front of him. Not the case.
Adams backs out. Yang, head fake, puts it on the floor, drives in, and he's going to get whistled for an offensive foul.
Excellent defense there. And South Africa saying we can play that game too. Setting the feet, taking the contact. But once again, the question remains, can they capitalize on these turnovers?
Well, they haven't been able to much in this quarter at all. Just 5 points. Sorry, no points, in fact, to show for it. They had 12 at the end of the period. And as we approach the midpoint, they still have 12.
That was a very easy call for the referee there. As Mendy, as frustrated as he might be, it's a very clear call. He got his hand right in there, right on the chest, right on the arms. got almost everything but the basketball there. Look at this, right in there.
Three-point shot goes up, and the challenge came from Ndoye, and he's going to get called for the foul. And it's going to be 3 free throws now for Toby.
Dan, I don't think I've ever seen 3 straight games and 3 straight 3-point play opportunities from the foul line in one day, but it's happening here at AfroBasket in 2017.
Well, subs both ways. And now we do get the free throws. First one, no good. South Africa hoping their captain might be able to get the scoreboard moving for them.
This is the second.
Oh, he's missed all 3. But the offense, oh my goodness. The offensive putback missed as well by Vanderbilt. And at the minute, it's been, give or take, 7 minutes since South Africa have scored a point.
They haven't scored a point this quarter.
Nope. And it goes back to a couple of minutes from the end of the first quarter.
There's the inbound.
Oh, it is lobbed too far back. And that'll be a backcourt violation. And you go from 3 free throws, nothing. Offensive rebound layup, nothing. End line ball turnover. It's hard enough out there as it is. You're hurting yourself.
It's hard enough that you're facing one of the top teams in Africa. They don't need any favors. That's exactly what South Africa is giving them.
Yang puts it in, dumps it out to Faye in the corner for 3. And the lead is up to 17.
Once again, Senegal just absolutely loving those corner threes right now. And as long as they keep finding those open shots, they're going to keep draining them.
Oh, ball loose, but recovered by Ngobeni, and now it is stolen away. They've got numbers here. Faye off on his own, flushes it down, and he breaks the basket as well. He's pulled the padding off the bottom of the basket.
He didn't really have a choice there, though. He had his teammate right under him. If he had let go, that could have been pretty ugly. So see, look at the corner 3 there. And once again, South Africa, to their credit, they're doing everything they can to try and close things out on the rotation. It's just Senegal way too confident. It doesn't matter who's shooting the ball. Great follow through.
Well, the teams have both gone to the benches for a little impromptu timeout, but the referee says, well, it's all right. We've taken that off the court. We'll sort it out at halftime. Let's play.
It's going to be, I think they're going to
I don't know if the commissioner is not happy with the padding not on the basket, or if something else has happened over on the far side. But he's out of his seat.
see if maybe they're asking questions about the padding there.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is a bit of a health risk when you have players that can leap as high as the Senegalese team.
Yeah, true. Wouldn't be a problem if me and you were out there, but while they're still discussing it over at the table.
They're still taking some time to discuss here. We could take some time to discuss the fact that South Africa in this second quarter, still yet to find a basket, and it's like the rim has a lid on it with some of these shots we've seen.
And I think that they're going to send them to the benches now and try and do something about this. We're assuming it's the padding on the basket that they want to sort out. But they've sent both teams to the benches, and we'll just have a little break in play while that's going on. Well, you go back, it was 1:37 to go in the first quarter. Schleppe made that three-point shot for South Africa and cut it to only 16 points to 12. And since then, so that's what, 130 and another 5:20. So the best part of 7 minutes, they've not scored.
They haven't. Mohamed Faye, leading scorer for Senegal right now with 10 points. Ndor has 4 rebounds, leading Senegal. Gabriel, South Africa, he's got 5 boards to his name.
Well, they've lowered the basket now over to the left while we look at this timeout. And they're trying to put that padding back on. The question will be, did it just pop off, or did he break it off, in which case they've got to find some way of securing it, well, yeah, securing it back up.
Have some duct tape back at the hotel room. Maybe go throw it on. You always have to be prepared.
Well, they're just trying to sort it out now. And the Senegalese 5 is out on the court, just enjoying the atmosphere, having a little laugh and a joke out there. The music continues.
Fans are also blaring in here, literal fans, as it's a nice, very comfortable night here in Dakar. You can always, it's always nice to take some of these breaks, and whenever you get an opportunity, given the heat that can build up in this arena.
And well, Senegal have been pretty hot at times here. This is what happened. See, it was just the power of the dunk. I don't think he even caught it with his leg. It was literally the power of him shaking the rim that knocked it loose. But they've sorted it now, so we can get back underway.
Here we go.
So it tried to go in off the glass, but they managed to get an offensive rebound. Serbia. Here's Gabriel finding a little bit of space, went up high but short. Another offensive rebound, and that's short as well.
Once again, South Africa just can't seem to solve the Senegalese defense, no matter how many opportunities they get.
There's Jeng in the corner, not quite. And that pass just awkwardly dropped in front of Sito. Kind of didn't quite bounce right for him, and he couldn't hang on to it.
So trying to pick up the pace. Sometimes that's when trying to pick up the pace goes wrong. You have to make sure your guy's ready to receive the pass before you throw it to him.
Hey, in the corner for 3. Good!
There's Faye. Knocking down another one.
Well, that's 19 unanswered points now. And still the drought continues. So Phil drives in. He realized the shot was going to be blocked, so he passed it out. Gabriel backs down to a little baby hook, and finally it's taken, well, 8.5 minutes, I think, between scores, but South Africa have ticked the scoreboard over.
That's a good decision, though. You have to feed Gabriel when he has just one man to beat in that low post.
Yang trying to lob it in, but it's stolen away. He's on his own in there, but somehow Toby managed to get that one to go.
Excellent finish.
Yang going quick. Is drawing the foul.
Well, you see the referees call these games. It's the smart decision. If you want to get a quick basket back, just drive right to the hoop. It's almost a guaranteed foul call every single time. But the defense,
I think they're over the limit. It should be 2 shots, shouldn't it? It's the 3rd personal foul. I'm sure they should be at the line for 2 on team fouls. And yes, they are.
This free throw there. Take a look at free throws right now.
The second one is good. It's 35-16 to Senegal, with
Both teams shooting at 40% though from the free throw line.
and here's a chance for some easy points. I thought he was going to throw it off the glass or something for Yang, but instead Yang lays it in, and a timeout has been called. Coach Gilchrist and the South African team. And this is the one to steal here. He had a glance back and he thought he was going to toss it up or throw it off the backboard. Yang running the floor. Reward the big fella when he runs the floor.
I think at this point, given how much issues they've had with their own scoring right now, it's best to just get the points and move on.
Well, two and a bit, 2:20, about that, to halftime. And South Africa's main problems have been scoring. And it's not easy against a team the size and the skill and the length of Senegal, but they've had shots they ought to have knocked down. Senegal haven't really had too many. They've not been in full gear, but they haven't really had too many issues to deal with.
No, not at all. And really, more than anything, they're taking advantage of the South African turnovers. And like we saw just there, an easy layup, or also they're knocking down contested shots. And when you can do that, you give yourself an opportunity to win almost every single time.
Moves it on. Selepe trying to force it inside and then go with the steal. It's just a little bit behind him from Yang.
There's another one rolling off the hands. We've seen that a number of times now in this game where the lead pass has just either had too much spin on it or it's not been placed in the right area. To do these teams some good, both of them, to just try and slow it down a little bit, unless it's genuinely for free.
Ball knocked loose, sliding on the floor, and well, anybody's guess who that one came off, but the referee was right there and says Senegal touched it last, so it'll be a Senegal possession on the end line. 90 seconds, 97 seconds to be precise, left in this first quarter of Game 3, opening day here in Senegal. Got action from Group B and D today. This is the second game in Group B. Group D, sorry. Still to come tonight, Angola, Uganda in Group B. That's slated to start at 9 o'clock. Might be a few minutes late, that one. 20 past 7 local time. We haven't quite got to halftime yet. Depends how quick the second half is, I guess. Door drives in. And a little slip
Looks
there
like he
from
slipped again.
Yang. That was the patch that they just tried to wipe up, and Senegal players are going to give him some advice to make sure he does the job properly.
We're going to need some more towels and mops now. Like we said, the humidity, it plays a factor. When you've got this much humidity in the air, it's going to create a lot of moisture off of the players, so anytime that they take a fall, it's going to leave a puddle down there.
Well, South Africa over the limit, so it's going to be 2 free throws. Maurice Ndor at the line. Makes the first, ekes the lead out to 22. They're both good. Well, the double team's coming. He recovered well there. Indoor, back to his man, having come across to help out on the double team. So, off the glass, Banks is open late here in Senegal.
Marinelli, nice finish there, kiss off the glass.
Lobbed in, and smart play there, being held. Dang, and just thought, I'll just tip this one in. And it nearly went for him, but he will get 2 shots because that's an active shooting, whereas if you just tried to catch it, you've got 2 shots anyway because you're in team fouls. But you know what I mean.
Any other game that would have been, it's the smarter play. Dang, no good for the first one. That's been another factor in this tournament we've seen so far, has just been the lack of consistent free throw shooting from any of the teams.
He draws a blank on both of them.
Could be contagious, maybe.
Tanger under all sorts of pressure. It comes down to Tony and on to Gabriel. And then great pass. Just not to the right person.
Gabriel clearly frustrated, though. I'll be honest, if I was him in that situation, I'd be asking for the clear out just so I can make a move on Dieng. I mean, you have the size and the capability to kind of back yourself in just a little bit more and get that baby hook off. Even a pump fake, maybe even a foul. There he is, denying the pass again. He's shown he's got the length and the size to match up with him. And it worked for him the last time he matched up with him. Just doesn't seem to be on the right page with the rest of the teammates.
Bay and bounds, and now Yang has it up top. We're into the final 20 seconds here of the first half. Yang lines one up from three-point land and knocks it down.
There's Dieng showing off that high release point there. Even a guy like Gabriel wasn't able to make him flinch.
Clock's running out here. Gabriel has to fire it up on the buzzer, and that'll do it for a dominant first half. Well, a dominant last 12 minutes of the first half. South Africa had a bit of a spell mid to late first quarter where they had a bit of a run at it, but it's 42-18 that Senegal lead at the half.
Once again, tough go about it for South Africa, going scoreless there for almost the entirety of the second quarter. But they'll have a few things to work on going into that break and into this third one.
Well, plenty for South Africa to think about here at halftime as they make their way out to the locker rooms. And we'll just have a quick look at the numbers, and as you will not be surprised to see they pretty much favour Senegal. Some good offensive rebounding from South Africa, but that's in part because they've missed so many shots.
But this game is going to plan for the host nation, Senegal. It's 42-18 at halftime. We'll take a little break. We'll be back in about 12 minutes' time. Third quarter action about to come your way here in Dakar in Senegal, where the home nation are in command here against South Africa, leading as they do by 42 points to 18. And well, South Africa really now just want to have a half where they can take some positive out of it, because you go through a half and you score less than a point a minute, it's hard to take positive out of it. So they want to probably set themselves a goal, Ryan, maybe let's try and get into the 50s or something like that. Let's try and keep them down to 70 something, or you know, whatever the coach sets out to be, because they're not going to win the game from here, let's be fair. So they'll have to set their own targets for this game.
I think the first thing that they could really focus on more than anything is just making sure they're knocking down their outside shots. but to also be perfectly honest, limiting those outside shots, because they're getting to a point now where they're really just taking one pass and then throwing it up and hoping for the best, and that's no way to play this game and be able to be effective against any team you're facing, let alone the host nation.
And trying to steal that ball away from Prinsloo is called for a foul. And it'll be sideline possession.
I want to see more work on the inside from South Africa. They do have the size to do it. They just have to start making those shots and clearing out the space.
Oh, ripped away beautifully by Faye. Yang on the fast break, and it's followed. I think it was Faye who tipped it in, but Ndor was somewhere in the vicinity as well.
There it is, the lack of boxing out, Daniel. And it's costing South Africa every single time on those second chance opportunities. It's a big reason why Senegal is leading by so much right now.
Prinsloo moves it on, gets it back, puts the ball on the floor, drives in. His pass is stolen away by Yang, who has Yang ahead of him. Back to Faye instead. And again, Ndor now drives the lane, dumps it off. And Yang almost went the hard way around there.
Prinsloo, he's going to get called with a foul there, but really he got put in a position where he really had no other choice but to draw the foul. I just want to bring it back really quickly to South Africa when they were running their offense there. Unfortunately, you're seeing Prinsloo in the corner working with the basketball, and not a single teammate around him is moving. No one's trying to make a cut. Everyone's just kind of standing still and watching him try and shoot the ball or trying to get a pass off. Made it one of the easier turnovers for Senegal to force.
Well, that was Prinsloo's fourth foul. They didn't, I don't think, get a man to the bench in time, so he's going to have to just risk it for a moment or two. As Yang stretches the lead. Now, because the ball got delayed there, they're able to make that substitution. So that's helpful to them.
It's Vanderbilt that's now back in. He's been in the mix a couple of times, though. He's had some opportunities here to get some buckets, but
he's got his pocket pick there, and Endurance it back for a one-handed hammer.
Just not very engaged right now, unfortunately. You have to be willing to guard the basketball when you're dribbling it.
Oh, nearly another turnover, that time by Sitol. Batted out of bounds.
If you're Sitol, you have to
long arms to knock that loose, and once he's out, you're not catching it.
No, absolutely not. Great finish at the rim there. A little flair for the fans.
South Africa do well to get a new 14 out of that. Vanderbilt, nice spin that time. And drew the contact. He'll go to the line for a pair.
That's it. That's what you got to do. Nice spin move to the basket. Be physical. He's got to be feeling good about that one after giving up a steal just a few possessions earlier.
Free throw's a bit of a problem.
Problem for both teams. Both teams still shooting under 42%.
And going down now, South Africa, after those two. Tobia's shot doesn't drop. Yang looking to push in the open floor. Gets it back to Faye. Moves it on, and all the space in the world. He doesn't make it, and Tobia with the rebound.
I think we're going to just chalk this up to the first day of the tournament, but we've seen a lot of open shots from a number of teams so far in these first 3 games.
Well, the tournament very much up and running. Games here and games in Tunisia. The host nation over there have won their first game 68-51. The host nation here look well on course to winning their first game. The champions are in action in Tunisia at the moment as they begin their defense against Cote d'Ivoire. Nigeria, of course, winners 2 years ago. Gabriel, wow.
That's just a bad shot.
I guess he hit the board. That was about the only thing. Jiang at the other end with the reverse lay-in.
Just making it look easy at this point.
Well, Endure has almost stolen it away again. And this time Yang does steal it. Endure! Two-hand throws it down, slams the ball, points to the crowd, and they're on their feet.
That's all you could ask for right now. Timeout for South Africa. And just once again, South Africa has came out of here with absolutely no energy whatsoever. And Senegal taking their time. What a finish there at the rim by Endure.
And listen to the crowd here, they're pumped.
They have every right to be.
Few big plays, just whipped them up here at the start of the second half. And, well, really, South Africa came out of the locker room in a similar mode to how they went in, which is not a good thing
not
from
at all.
their perspective. And Senegal, do you feel they just turned the dial up a little bit here the first couple of minutes of the second half? Just moved up a bit?
just a little bit right now. It just really seems like more than anything that South Africa, once again, when running their offense, a lot of people are standing still.
Well, they're all moving over to Turkey in EuroBasket for the knockout stages, last 16 there. We're on day one of FIBA AfroBasket here.
Had quite the day here. 3 games already done. Well, the third one almost about to be finished after the next 2 quarters. Barring the comeback of a lifetime.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Senegal have enough points now. If they stopped scoring, they'd still win the game. Oh, bank 3.
I think they heard you.
It's good, yeah, just that one.
South Africa heard you on that right there. Excellent shot.
Totally with it. Inside, and Jang there lays it in, and anything he does, they jump up.
Oh yeah.
He's the big hero of the team.
Well, he's got every reason to be that hero. Very accomplished professional career. He's one of the motors that makes this Senegalese team run.
Nice. Oh, and Gabriel gives him the muscles back there, because Jang had just run down court pumping the muscles, and Gabriel did it right back to him, and he hears the boos from the home fans.
And Gabriel, at this point, embracing the moment. You can't get mad at that. Here we go. Nice little hook shot there, and wait for it. There it is. Flexing the muscles. No intimidation whatsoever from Gabriel. I'd keep giving him the ball.
Yeah, drives down the lane, lays it in off the glass. Just a great turn of pace. And here he is again, Gabriel inside. They collapse on him quickly, a foul is called.
I'm sure just about every single Senegalese player wanted that block right now on Gabriel, but instead they just get a foul. Great find there though, penetration. Just taking advantage of the fact that Senegal just allowing the guards to kind of switch in there. That was a very good find by Satole. Basketball 101 right there. Draw the crowd, find the open man. Gabriel, no good. And the shooting woes continue from the free throw line, now down to under 30% for South Africa.
Long look at the hoop for Gabriel, and he can't convert either of them. Hey, cross court, quick look at the feet, and I think because he looked at his feet, he ended up missing the shot, but the foul is scored on the rebound as Mendy went to go back up.
Daniel, if there's two positives you can maybe try and take from for South Africa from this, has been their ability to close out on the shots. They've contested just about every three-pointer, and it doesn't matter if it's a forward, a center, or a guard. They've done a great job in closing out. Senegal has just been shooting the ball very well from behind the arc. But also another factor, they're actually out-rebounding Senegal in the offensive boards department 12-7. So they're giving themselves opportunities. They just have to, you know, not to beat a dead horse, but they have to capitalize. They're just not capitalizing on them.
One thing about offensive rebounds, great play from Endor to rebound and tap it back in. Of course, you do well on offensive rebounds if you miss a lot of shots, which is not really a good thing to do. But, as you say, you've got to take the positives where they are. And there's one from Vanderbilt with the rebound, always hurts himself.
Looks like he came down awkwardly on his knee there.
And they're not going to stop the play. Fires up. They'll stop it once South Africa get the ball, but they can't get it at the minute. And Endor stayed with him. So it was actually 4-on-4. I don't know, did his knee buckle or his ankle or something? Or?
It definitely looked like it was. I think he'd be in a little bit more discomfort if he was on his ankle. It doesn't even look like he's, no, it does look like he's limping just a little bit. It could just be something in his patella or something in the front of his knee when he climbed down on it, a little bit too much weight and pressure on it. May have felt something funny and doesn't want to risk it. This is going to be a long tournament, or a lot of games at least.
Tipped out of bounds. And just a few words exchanged there. Yeah, and then a quick reply three.
South Africa having no trouble really scoring the ball now, getting some open threes. Just be too little too late.
Well, they got more points in this quarter already than they did in the second period. If they get one more score, they'll have as many as they got in the first. Offensive foul again. That's the second offensive foul of the game.
And the crowd not liking that one. It looked like there may have been, just take a look at the replay. Yeah. Just in the nick of time, was able to keep his feet still when he took the contact. Good defensive stop.
Hannah waving at the crowd, trying to pump them up even more as if they needed it. Yang too. South Africa looked to inbound, and it's almost stolen away.
Looks like it was knocked out of bounds again by the Senegalese defender. That is number 15.
Ndoye. Good hustle. Get it in this time. Nice pass off and a good score.
It's an excellent
South
there.
Africa's Nkandanga. That's an unsportsmanlike foul. You can't do that. I know he's bigger than you and you want to try and stop him, but you just can't go over the top with two arms like that.
Yep.
So that'll be two in possession.
Rules in effect there. I think at this point it's more about trying to just send a message that we're not going to be pushed around despite what the score says. Is it a wise declaration? Yeah, that's up for debate. But it's one that South Africa right now has been willing to make between Gabrielle flexing the muscles and a foul right there that we just saw.
Mendy inbounds. Yang up top to Yang, great fade. And, good box out there from a number of South Africans. And
That's what
Yang gets the loose ball. doesn't go, but an offensive rebound from Prinsloo, and he's able to put it back.
Prinsloo, once again, it's been his bread and butter in this game, just getting those offensive boards and putbacks. Here he is on defense now.
Yang from 18 feet, shot doesn't go. Battered out by Ndoye.
The Senegalese forwards are just so big that sometimes even boxing them out, they can still just get up there and knock it loose.
And he kicks it back, shot clock at 1. And again, they box out first, rebound second. Lepe is able to get there.
That's the way to do it. If they'd been doing that a little bit sooner, we would have had quite the game on our hands. But it is a positive nonetheless.
Oh, Prinsloo up top for 3.
And you can see now South Africa starting to just kind of calm down a little bit and just play their game. Very good shot from Prinsloo.
And this is by far their best quarter of the game. Jang's shot doesn't go.
You can see some of the crowd getting a little bit antsy now. Senegal hasn't scored in about 4 possessions.
Oh, great block though from Ndoye, and he tries to keep it alive. He does keep it alive. It's a Senegal possession.
And just when you think that Senegal might lull themselves to sleep, great defensive effort there. What a rejection. He's done that against some of the very best in the world, both professionally and on the international level. Ndoye.
Great effort as well to bounce it off Lepe and make sure that they gain possession.
Especially when you consider South Africa, they did everything right on that offensive possession. They found the open man, quick, easy layup. It's just the athleticism of Senegal was too much there.
Hannah moves it on. Near side is Adams, runs to the float, a beautiful shot.
It is.
Lobbed into Prinsloo. He did well just to come down with possession there. Sets his feet for 3. Had the line, but not the legs. And I think there was a kick ball in there. So Senegal are going to get possession.
They're going to get it. Prinsloo trying to catch fire here with those shots. Unfortunately, you don't really want to try and take those kinds of shots with that many white jerseys all over you.
Just a little trip there by Lepe.
I don't know if that was a foul. It looked like he just genuinely slipped. Look. Yeah, he slipped.
He hit his foot. He hit his foot. He'd have lost the ball by tripping over the other guy. Yeah. His Hannah crossing the line. To Adam. Joy moves it around. It comes all the way to Hannah. That is just, again, another example of very good ball movement by the Senegalese, always looking for the next pass.
Yep. And also, not just that, but the velocity in which these passes are happening is not giving South Africa an opportunity to get a hand in those passing lanes. And that's really a main difference that we're seeing between the two teams on the offensive end, where South Africa is stalling, hesitating. The passes don't have the same kind of zip on it. They're getting deflected, whereas Senegal, everyone knows exactly where they want to put the ball as soon as they get it. And because of that, they're sitting comfortably here with a 29-point lead with 1:13 to go here in the third.
Three-point shot off the back of the ring from Gotanga. And steps back for 3. Ball bobbles about. There's Ndoye again inside. He can't convert. He'll have a second go at it, will he? Somehow comes up with the ball, but then his hand, I think, went out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely did. Easy call for the referee there. And South African player there, number 14. Benny asking the referee to kind of dry off the ball a little bit there from the sweat.
Prinsloo, a little hesitation there on the shot.
Can't afford to do that. You have to know if you want to take that shot, catch it in rhythm, let it go. Noticing that from a few of the South African players is a bit of a hitch in the shot every time they release it. It's usually the most consistent way to hit those outside shots is just continuously move in motion. Continue to try and repeat the motion over and over again, of course. Anytime you hesitate like that, your brain kind of has to recalibrate where you're going to shoot it.
Foul was called there on Gabriel. They're over the limit, so it's 2 more free throws for Ndoye. Good rebound for Princeton.
He's having a day.
Yeah, he's playing well. We're taking it down here in the 3rd quarter. So penetrates in. Here's Princeton again to the running hook this time. Oh, 2 Senegalese players getting each other's way, but eventually Hannah keeps it inbound, having had it knocked loose by Ndoye. The little no-look pass gets the assist. With the 3, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. It was a better quarter for South Africa offensively.
Absolutely.
They scored almost as many points in this period as they did in the first half, but they still trailed 68 to 35.
Once again, taking the positives from it. They're making good on their second chance opportunities and even creating those second chance opportunities, whereas Senegal at this point almost completely in cruise control. But just taking a quick look over at the South African bench, and Gabriel trying to get his team fired up.
Look at the game stats here in Dakar, and as you would expect given the scoreline, the shooting numbers heavily favoring Senegal, making more, taking more, just being more accurate in general. And it really started off brightly in that 3rd quarter. Senegal, first 3-4 minutes, they were in full flow, but to be fair, South Africa recovered a little bit in the second half of that 3rd period.
There's Ndoye showing off for the crowd there, giving them something to cheer about. Let's see. And there was South Africa starting to find their form behind the 3-point line a little bit. They had a stretch there where they got about 4 or 5 stops and managed to knock down a couple of points. And then Gabriel there with that hook shot right after started flexing the muscles. And now that Gabriel's back on the floor, I expect him to get a little bit physical now.
Adams inbounds to Hannah. And we're underway in the 4th period. Gabriel with the defensive rebound. Selepe on the horn set to Prinsloo. Fires up the triple off the back of the ring. Ball batted down, but only as far as Prinsloo. Utopia cross court. Selepe has it now. Gabriel. Prinsloo, shot clock, got to shoot, didn't shoot.
Once again, we're seeing it's just a lack of awareness of the shot clock. You have to know how much time's left. Yes, of course, there's some noise here, but all it takes is a second to just look up and see how much time is left on that shot clock. But once again, we're seeing this over and over. South Africa on the offense, you're not seeing any real successive passes. It's pass, look around, instead of just constantly trying to move the ball to get the open shot, and it's costing them.
Adams to Hannah. Down once it, but he goes inside. It was almost batted into his own basket by Toby.
thing, if you're the Senegalese coaching staff right now, you kind of don't want to see your players taking some unnecessary passes or risks on the offense. There's a good attempt there at the basket. Because as much as they may have this kind of game in the bag here in the fourth quarter, you don't want to develop any bad habits for later stages of the tournament.
Well, it is one of those things, tournament play. You almost have to build your way in it, especially when you've got 3 games in 3 days like this, and then, well, assuming Senegal qualify, they will then have to travel to Tunisia and then go at it again in the knockout stages. Nana drives in, dumps off, and well, Prinsloo and Gabriel did enough to make it difficult for Mboj there. Prinsloo took a little Nowitzki step back.
Shot. But that's important there. You have to know exactly what you want to do when you get the ball. And Prinsloo, that time, knew no hesitation. Takes the move, gets the shot. You need to see more of that if you're the coaching staff in South Africa. A little bit of confidence.
Adams gets his own rebound, fires it out to Hannah for 3. Tobia all alone for the rebound.
There's a continuing positive note though for South Africa. Constantly hand in the face, trying to play D. There's the foul on Prinsloo.
I think it's going to be, is it Mboj that got him on the arm, or is it?
Yeah. See the reaching right there. Yep. That's one of those things though, once again, you kind of have to just trust the shot blocker. When you've got a guy who's not as laterally quick as him, there's no real need for you to try and reach in and cause a silly foul like that. I mean, we saw with our own 2 eyes exactly what happened when Prinsloo tried to go up. Sometimes it's not the best option to help. Just trust your teammate on defense.
Oh, super block from Thiam. And he keeps it inbound to Ndai. Anna gets it right back to him under bid. Long running, nearly the follow from Mboj, but Ndai, 2 massive steps there to get around the basket. Is blocked by Ndai, punches his chest. They're going to get to keep possession of the ball, South Africa.
That one went off Ndai when he was already on the ground, and look at that, just out of nowhere. It's almost like watching a great white shark lurking through the sea, finding his next victim.
Tobia trying the reverse lane, but kind of went a bit dark there as the big bodies closed in on him. He couldn't get the shot up.
South Africa 2-3 zone defense here. Nope, back to a man.
Offensive foul is the call. I think it was Mboj setting the illegal defense.
Seeing time and again. 69-37 now, 6:13 remaining in the game. See if South Africa maybe get themselves to 50. Get some good shots up.
Is the man who's hit a few good shots in recent times, and there's another one. Prinsloo off the glass.
Great kiss there. But I mean, just look at the athleticism of Ndai. Nearly was able to clean that off the top of the square.
Mboj, nice move. For 2. Lola, a little stop and go, drives in, dumps it off. Shot is blocked, but not before the foul is called. Mboj was in there again, and it'll be 2 free throws.
That's a good offensive set there, though, by Solo. attacking the basket, forcing the defense to make the substitution, or sorry, make the rotation. Finds the open man. Ends up getting a trip to the line for their troubles.
I don't know if Princeton might have hurt himself there, or whether he's just catching his breath. Seems okay. Sort of can't make the first of the 2 free throws.
Interestingly enough.
Now there's Princeton again trying to tip it home. Doesn't go for him, that's a foul, isn't it?
Foul there again. Interestingly enough, Dan, Senegal averaging usually a margin of victory of about 32 points over South Africa in all of their previous meetings. And that's exactly the deficit that South Africa is facing right now. That's 71 to 39.
Well, it might even grow from here because, and I tried to throw it down.
Vanderbilt there, deciding he's not going to give up an easy bucket. Still seeing some fight here in South Africa with 5 minutes to go.
Well, Princeton sits down. He's got 11 points, 4 rebounds to his name. His plus minus is minus 17, so that means he's doing relatively good when you're 32 down.
Very good point. He's seen some considerable minutes in this game, but I think the coaching staff, right decision there, get him to sit down. I don't think we'll be seeing him back on the floor in this game. Save him up for another opportunity later in this tournament.
Well, they have the game against Mozambique tomorrow, which is a big game for both of those 2 nations. Geographically and in terms of, the chances of getting a win on the board here in this competition.
Yep. Even a chance to advance.
Egypt, Senegal is the 6:30 game tomorrow night here in Dakar in Group D, and then on the 10th of September, the final round of games in this group sees Egypt against South Africa. That's a 1 p.m. local time. And then at 6 o'clock, Senegal taking on Mozambique. Is that a lane violation? I think it is. 3 seconds.
Just got the rim shaking there. It was a thunderous throwdown. Too bad it didn't count.
Good hands, chasing back by Adams. Long way from home. Good pass, just a bit too much chip on it in the end. Ngutang couldn't keep it in bounds, well, not to his own team at least. Ndoye moving it on. Faye has it back to Ndoye. In the corner is Adams for 3, doesn't go. Tima pulls in the rebound. Vanderbilt's looking for some space. There wasn't really much room past Ndai. Why he wanted it, goes the other way, and Mendy finishes off the play.
Quick finish there. Vanderbilt not exactly in a favorable position in that lower block. Senegal, quick transition bucket.
Oh, it rims out for him. Here comes Mendy looking to push. Nice bounce pass. Well, I was about to say good finish by Faye, but it didn't go in. He used his body well. Here's Manitoba. The 3 doesn't drop. It's all got a bit scrappy in the last 30 seconds or so.
Well,
Vanderbilt.
he just stood there.
Vanderbilt expecting anything there, and
it didn't really happen. He ended up losing it out of intimidation more than anything else.
it really was.
Adams, great pass inside, and Dye had it knocked away, but ooh, that's going to be a technical.
And the frustration now starting to seep over for South Africa. See the foul here on Ndai.
The thing is, even if you did get the ball, you can't do that. Even if the referee's got it wrong, you can't do that.
Yeah, Atiba, the frustration kind of boiling over for him now. Been with this organization for a very long time. I'm sure this wasn't the outcome he was expecting or hoping for to start off this AfroBasket 2017 here.
I think he's just fouled out on that as well. I think the foul and the technical are the last two for him, and his day is done. Still coaching hard.
Yep. Coach Gilchrist trying to put together a game plan, and Prince Lou's going to go back on the floor as well. They've got a relatively smaller lineup here to close out this game. Maybe try and work around the perimeter, get some open shots, get those three-pointers to start falling, because they were absolutely struggling throughout this game. They had a good little run there in that third quarter. That was part of basically their best offensive output in the entire game, but ever since then, even now, they've started to kind of fall off a little bit. Only 5 points in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, Dye is at the free throw line for 2, and then they will have an extra one for the technical, which he won't take. He'll go get a break, and he gets a little pat on the back from Adams as he sits down. He's certainly been active out there.
I think his day is done as well. Opportunity to rest now. He's done his job. Went out and took care of business. 2:43 remaining.
Yanga didn't realize there was a technical called in there. So he's like, why are they getting another shot?
Well, you can't throw the basketball at a referee's face. So anytime you do that, it's probably going to be some consequences.
Mendy needs to give it back to the referee. And he lobs it back to Adams, who's faced by Zolo with some full court pressure. Right in the corner, the three is halfway down, and eventually Mendy batters it out. In fact, it was Ndoye who batted it out of bounds.
That's just bad luck right there, Dan. You're in the corner, it just rims out like that. I mean, there's really nothing else you can do about it. That's been South Africa's night in a nutshell.
Foul there on Adams, a little too much pressure.
I
think there's just some debate as to whether that was the 4th or 15th foul and whether it should be 2 free throws. I think it might well be the 5th. Coach is saying no, it's only the 4th. They've already lined up the free throws, and it is the 4th, so it is sideline possession.
Sometimes you got to just take a little extra time to get it right. Officials all throughout this day have been spot on a lot of their calls. Sometimes it takes a little extra time, takes a little bit longer, but at least you get it right.
So Yanga knocks down the shot from the foul line, so they're past 40 with 2 minutes to go.
That was a nice little pull-up jumper there. Get himself ready for Mozambique tomorrow. they'll have an opportunity to get plenty of those kind of shots off over the smaller lineup of Mozambique. And that's something South Africa will have going for them in that game tomorrow. They've got the size under the basket, and their bigs, as challenging as it was for them today, they have shown that they can have quite the soft touch at times.
Adams on the pick and roll opts for the jump shot. Princeton couldn't quite grab it in, but it bobbled to a teammate, so South Africa can bring it forward.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah.
Nice move. Excellent head fake, right up and under.
Tatiana there finishing off. Inside the final couple of minutes here. Oh, not quite. The fans were up, half up, expecting that alley-oop for it to be thrown down by Faye, but not quite.
I'm sure they're waiting for just one more big jam to close out this night. And they can go home happy with their home team commanding win.
Adams gives it forward to Ndoye. Way in the corner. Ndoye setting the screen. They switch on it, but switch back. Mandy dumps it off, and there is the one more big jam as Ndoye throws it down.
And he's getting a technical for it.
I think they both are. That was the one where they tried the alley-oop and didn't get it to come off. But I think there was a little bit of jawing after the dunk and a double technical.
It seems like it's all good though. Prinsloo and Ndoye having a bit of a laugh about it after the fact.
Ndoye's fouled out as a result of that. So his evening's work is done. He's got a smile on his face.
Yep.
And his teammates do too, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
That's right. South Africa is probably going to get one more possession here to put some points on the board. A tough night for them, no doubt.
Slowly backing down. Across came Ndoye. There was a foul called before Ndoye blocked the shot. So it'll be two more free throws for South Africa. It's just under 42 seconds to go.
Chance to have an even 45 points. But this was just about everything Senegal could have hoped for. Didn't really get a chance to see the very best of them, but they had their spurts and they did what they needed to do. And South Africa just couldn't get out of their own way in this one, shooting atrociously from behind the three-point line. Only 19%.
Couple more plays left in this. And then Senegal will move to the top of the group as Ndoye is just too big, too strong down low. Well, the shot clock's still on, but I'm sure Senegal will just run it out when they get it back. That's deflected away.
That's off Faye's knee.
Lepe, well, he won't inbound because he'll let Tholo do that instead.
Probably see one last attempt three-pointer here, maybe.
Prinsloo's going to take it.
No good.
It's not going to go. Mendy with the rebound. Mendy running hard. And foul is called.
Got to give him credit, though, playing defense right to the end here.
They're delaying these beauties. Good people want to get home. And
You never know.
delaying the exit. Mendy at the free throw line, looking to add a couple more points to his team's total.
Another miss. Once again, the free throws have not been flattering for either team, to be honest. Both shooting under 50%. South Africa shooting 23%.
Well, that'll pretty much do it. Fowler will technically have to cross the halfway line so he doesn't get an 8-second violation, but he's done that now, and time will expire on what has been a very good opening game for the hosts, Senegal, here at FIBA AfroBasket 2017. They've beaten South Africa by 83 points to 44. Really, Ryan, this game never in too much doubt. We came wondering on paper, did Senegal just have too much power? And the answer on hardwood was yes, they did.
Yes, absolutely, and above all else as well, South Africa, they're going to need to, tomorrow, get in the gym a little extra early, start working on those three-point shots, working at that foul line, working on the basics, because throughout almost this entire game, they were absolutely struggling from the perimeter. It was the one thing that they needed to do to give themselves a shot in this game, and that just was not the case. As you see the stats here, 19% from the three-point line, 5 of 27. And looking at the rebounds, though, they're actually leading Senegal for the majority of it until the very end there. And turnovers and fouls, that ends up being the difference maker in a blowout loss.
But a great victory led by Dieng, 16 points. I mean, he didn't really break too much of a sweat. He ends up the game's leading scorer. And Dor had some highlight plays. I like the work of Faye today. They'll be satisfied, these fans, as they make their way out on the streets of Dakar to celebrate, because their team has done exactly what they were expected to do today and run up comfortable winners in the end.
You can see some of the highlights in that third quarter. It's really where Senegal really kind of put their foot on the gas and said, okay, this is time for us to take that lead that we need to hold on to. Because, you know, you can forget for a moment there, South Africa was hanging. It was 18-12. They were giving themselves a chance, but the Senegalese athleticism and just the ability to create those turnovers and steals was more than enough.
And we have a few highlights today, and Dory liked to get out on the break, jam it down, and the big guys as well were strong inside, and defensively they're always intimidating with the length. It's tough. I mean, you saw that one went over, but there weren't too many that went over and then went in like that. They were hard to break down.
And there it is, just even the smaller players just exploding off the foot there. Great finish.
Yeah, Niang, he didn't play a ton of minutes, but he was very effective when he was on court. I'm sure we'll see more from him as the tournament develops. As I say, it's a long couple of weeks. It's about building into it, make sure you're peaking at the right end of the competition, but they've certainly got off to a flying start, as they would have expected to do here, Senegal. And well, it's been a day of games going the way the form would have predicted it to be. There's still one more left here in Dakar today, but that was nice as well, the little step back from Prince Lou, who was pretty effective at times.
Definitely want to see more of that in the next game against Mozambique, especially against the smaller defenders there, as I was saying earlier in the game. And then there's showing anything you can do, I can do better sort of situation there.
But they just didn't have enough offensive firepower. And I mean, you talk about it, you can't shoot down in the 20s from the free throw line, in the 30s from the floor, and the teens from the three-point line, expect to win a game, particularly not against the side of the caliber of Senegal, who found points easy to come by, rocking the rim at times. And they go 1-0 here at AfroBasket 2017. We'll see you again soon for the next game.